Hello and welcome back to Lifesizing for the 50 Plus. Today we're going to do a little variation, but first we're going to adjust something. Well, that's all right, I'm not going to adjust it now. I should bring this down, but I've already started, so whatever. We are going to take a little side trip from our Stay, Upgrade, or Move series and do something unexpected. I'm going to jump on here periodically and show you life-sizing approved products or routines. Now, I am not getting paid for any of these products. This is what I am using, what I've discovered, and so I want to share it with you all. I hear a lot. First of all, welcome to our new members. As always, we love that you've joined us. We are just getting started on all that we're going to talk about, so hang on. First of all, I wanted to say that I wanted to reinforce that you've all, maybe many of you have heard this, but the joy of the Lord is our strength. Without joy, our strength is compromised, i.e., so is our energy. And sometimes, right, we're just dragging through life or our days, like I liken it to being in quicksand. You just, you're in the pit, you have the blahs, same old, same old. That is not joyful living. And that is not what we're meant to do. We deserve more. My favorite hashtag right now is hashtag more is possible. I don't care if you're 90 or 50, more is possible. More zest, more energy, more fun. So I have some products, what I do, that I think will help you. First, the 3 pillars: healthy attitudes, healthy lifestyle, and healthy homes. We were doing healthy homes on our last 2, and they're good, not just because they're from WA. I've heard a lot of other people reinforce how much those 2 past ones helped them on their homes. But the healthy lifestyle pillar, if we're tired and have the blahs, like I said, well then, by golly, let's just do something about it. And I've had to do that myself. And I was, should have had a V8 moment. I had a blood test. I do twice a year. I go to Arlene to Beverly. I go back to Wichita, Kansas, yay, and see all my friends and stuff and whatever there and my Bible study ladies. But, I put my health right here. I mean, it's God, faith, family, business, health, then business. My dad used to say, it doesn't matter how much money you have. If you don't have your health, you're poor. So with that adage, which is truth, right? So I got my test back, and Arlene said, there's a trend, Mitzi, that I'm not liking, and we need to work on this. And that was my hemoglobin count. Hemoglobin A1C, whatever. So she's been watching it and encouraging me to do more. So I'm going to show you what that more is. This count affects energy and focus and just a zest for life and living and not getting up and like, I need my coffee. That might be true, but then what? Then what do you use to get yourself going? So here's, this was hilarious. I'm like, what? She said, yes, I want you to try this. It's packed with what you need. So it is sardines. Now remember, I'm not getting any kickback for this. I'm just sharing with you. Lifelong learners, to be a lifelong learner is our goal. So this is part of that. I was like, are you kidding me? Eat sardines? Well, not only sardines. She says, I want them. She said, get the skinless and the boneless and from Wild Planet. I ordered these on Amazon, just wildplanet.com, whatever. It's like $2 a package. Now, for that amount of money, I sound like, an infomercial. But again, I'm just sharing. So you get a lot of protein, which is actually what a lot of us are, 21 grams. I knew it was astronomical. So that's a huge number of protein. Okay, where'd it go? And then what else it's high in is omega. And we need the good omega fats because that controls inflammation. I always say inflation, which we want to control, right? But this is inflammation. And inflammation is well thought, research, blah, 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 to be the cause of a lot of disease. And so getting our omega fats, good omega fats, and then protein. So I had been more tired. I admitted it. And so now I'm going to kick it up a notch. And believe it or not, you all, these are not that yucky. And so I've been doing them with a little, if you're for the gluten-free, these are rice crackers, and they can be flavored or not for those that are gluten-free, or I try and not have a lot of gluten. It's inflammatory. I'm not a keto girl. I believe in complex carbs, and I'm going to talk about that product I use. But the only way our body rebuilds is rebuilding are from the amino acids. The only place we get amino acids are from protein. So again, smashing those paradigms of aging. Oh, you don't need as many protein as you age. That is garbage. We need more. Our bodies are, I don't want to say compromised, but they need all the help we can get. So those guidelines were done in the 1950s, and they've hardly been upgraded since then. So now the recommended protein amount, you've heard me say this, is 75 and up. So if you can get 21 grams with some sardines, it's hard for me to even say that, but actually they're not that bad. I'm getting used to it, and I'm actually kind of learning to like them. So that's one thing I wanted to share with you. And then complex carbs. Arlene's encouraging me, get more complex carbs. This is high in fiber, which we need, vitamin B's, and all kinds of other things. Google complex carbs. Now, carbs in general, that's regular bread, that's cereal, cookies, all those things we love, right? That's not the good carbs. And why? I know I'm not being condescending. Most of you know this, but it turns to sugar. Sugar is not our friend. Sugar is what causes inflammation. Cancer loves sugar. And so we want to control. It used to be salt, salt, salt. Oh, watch your salt. No, it's sugar and the hidden sugars. So if you want a super nutritious, I mean, knock it out of the park, nutritious meal, lunch or supper, these are from Costco. Bob and I love Costco. and we miss having it around the corner like it was in Wichita. So it's like 45 minutes for us to drive to a Costco in Cranberry, Pennsylvania. Anyway, we just go every 3 weeks or so and stock up on these items. So this is Seeds of Change, organic quinoa and brown rice. Super, super good for us. Quinoa is one of those grains, especially for the vegans, that is high in protein. And brown rice, equally good for us. This is a complex carb. Good, good, good for us. Now, if I want to do a quick meal for me or Bob, you've all heard of bone broth. One of these segments, I'm going to be spouting all the benefits of bone broth. And it's really good if it's a good quality. So I heat this up, maybe not the whole container. It can be frozen. I'll use what I want for whatever and wrap it, foil or whatever baggie and put it in the freezer. So, I haven't seen too many smaller containers of this. But anyway, this is a winner combo. And then to kick it up a notch, you go to chicken breasts and canned. And this is really good. This is the Kirkland brand, super good. And so, no excuse for not cooking for one, or there's only the two of us. I'm not going to cook. You better be cooking for you all. If you're not cooking, what are you eating? Are you grabbing cereal for supper? That's a simple carb that's full of sugar and enough lecturing. Last thing I think is water. Just drinking more water. One of the first signs of fatigue is not enough water. Dr. Scott next door, he'll see tons, very popular. He'll see tons of patients, and he said if it gets to be about 11 o'clock, and he eats like 5 eggs a day, but he works out like crazy. 5 eggs for breakfast with spinach and whatnot. He follows the low carb, not keto, but really low carb. And he looks like GQ, And that's the key. If you're exercising, you can have those eggs for most of us. And that's another fallacy we'll talk about another time. But anyway, back to the water. He'll say, he knows he's had everything else. He's like, I haven't had enough water today. So I find that myself, especially when the weather's crummy, you tend to go to more coffee and things like that. Plain old water. And I kick this up a notch. I had my picture out, but I can't reach it. This has cucumber and lemon in it. And it just is even, water on steroids, okay? So that's what I wanted to share with you all today. So to have our motto is we can't do more for others. We can't be more for others if we're not doing more for ourselves. So these are just a couple quick thoughts, but essential, important products to do more for yourself so that you can be more for others. Okay, you all? Love you very much. We'll be back next week. And if you have any kickstart, kick it up a notch on your daily routines or products, let us know. We would love to have more suggestions, okay? All right, take care, you all. I'll see you next week. Whoops, we're going to come around here and say goodbye to you all fine people.